Hi friends, today we are going to start the next session. In this, we are going to see game development in Python, that is Maze Beetle Challenge. To develop a game, first you have to design and plan for that. After that, next step is you have to write the code for that. Third is you have to test it. Then the fourth is you have to debug. If you have any errors, you have to debug it. Okay, so I have already taken a new file by going to File and clicking on New in the Python interface. Okay, so here we don't want this to be now, as we are creating a game on Maze and Beetle. So I'll be deleting this Toby. Okay, how to delete this Toby and get a new sprite? So I want here two characters. One is Beetle, the other one is Maze. We will be deleting this Toby because I'll be taking a Beetle here instead of Toby and a Maze background. Can you see here? There is a trash icon on top of this Toby. Just click on this to delete that Toby. So now you have got no sprite over here. So for a new sprite, there is an icon. Can you see here? Teddy bear face. So if you click on this, you can choose a new sprite. I clicked on this. So I wanted a beetle. So you can search here beetle, or else you can go to the animals and search for the beetle. There are so many sprites over here. Which one is beetle? Instead of searching, I can just type there, this is a beetle. So we have taken the beetle now. I'm just placing it here. Next, we are going to select the backdrop. Can you see your stage? So below down, you have got a backdrop here icon. Just click on this. You can choose a backdrop. So can you see there are so many backdrops? So which one we want? The maze. I just clicked on it, so you got a maze here. So what this beetle will do, we have to make it move and reach to this apple, okay, without touching this black line. If it touches the black line, it must say the game is over. And without touching this black line, if it reaches and touches this red apple, it must say you won the game. Okay, so see the beetle size, it is too big. If it starts moving, it touches everywhere. So better what we'll do, we'll resize it. Okay, we'll make its size lesser. So can you see in the sprite area here, there is a option called size here, where you can change the size. Right now you can see here 100. I'll just make it less, say about 70, and enter. Can you see the beetle size has reduced now? And I want it to be rotated upwards. Why? The way starts from here, this end. So instead of making the beetle facing rightwards, we'll make it face upwards in the beginning. Okay, so there is a option called direction. So you can give the direction here, or else just click on this, and this arrow mark you have to just move it. So I'm just moving it and making it 0, and you can see the beetle facing upwards. Okay, so I'll just place it properly in this place. You can even make it still smaller. If you make still smaller, what happens? It can easily move, right? So there is a chance of getting touched by the black line. So this size is better. Now next thing is coding for this beetle. So here you can see, as our beginning line is to come sprite is equal to sprite Toby. Now we have got, instead of Toby, beetle, because we have selected the sprite as Beetle. So when we placed it here, in the beginning we want this beetle to start from this place only, so you can check the place where it is right now. This is the x and y where it shows the direction where it is. X is -141 and this is -147. Okay, the same thing we are going to mention, because when it loses or wins again next time, again it has to, in the beginning it has to come in this same place. Okay, so we'll start with the coding. So the first line we are going to type is sprite dot go to xy function. In bracket I'm going to mention what is the x value here. We can check here, that is -141 comma the y value is -147. Next, here we are going to use while and if statements. Okay, so we need a loop here to repeat the same thing, because it's the game. At once it must not stop. Okay, the repetition must be there, so we'll be taking while. And also why you are using while and if, it must understand, right? Like when it touches the black line it must stop, it must say that the game is over, and when it touches the red apple it must say you won. Okay, so here we are taking while. In while we are going to take if. Okay, so while when it is true, so you can write true in this place. After true you have to put a colon. Okay, so either true you can write, or else you can even write 1 instead of true. So 1 is equal to true, or true is equal to 1. Okay, so when we press enter, the cursor is taking an indent. Here we have to type if statement. You can even hover on the functions and check what it means and what it does. Okay, if statement. In the brackets, if the sprite is, we have to move it, right? So if the sprite is key pressed, which key? Again a bracket. Inside that we are going to write which key, that is in double quotation, up arrow. Okay, check whether you written the proper spellings also. So if the key pressed is up arrow, after if statement there comes a colon again. Go to the next line. So again the indentation is given for if statement. Here if the key pressed is up arrow, the sprite what it must do, it must set its direction to, the direction is this. So when we click up arrow, so it must face upwards, so the direction will be 0. So we'll be writing here 0. Next, and after that it must move, right? It must not only turn, it must move also. So sprite dot move. How many steps? We'll take it as 5 steps. Okay, this is the number for the steps, how many steps it has to move. So we have taken 5 steps. You can take how much you want, take less steps only, so that it can move properly, cleanly. So next, this same if statement will be selecting and copying it 3 more times. Okay, for the 3 more directions. So same way, like selecting and copying it, you can even use the keyboard shortcuts, that is Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V to paste it. So I'm just pressing backspace to go back, because the if statement will come here. So I'm just leaving a line for the clarity. So I pasted it same way. One more time. Paste, enter, enter, backspace, paste. So 3 times I have pasted. Only thing what I'll do, I have to change this key pressed thing and here the direction. Okay, so here instead of arrow, now we'll be taking down arrow. So what is the direction for down arrow? If you do not know, what you can do, you can just cheat the code by rotating this. I click on this, rotate and check how much is the direction. So it is 180 degree. Okay, so this is down arrow, so down arrow will be 180 degree. Next is left arrow. So for left arrow it is minus 90. Yeah, so this is, we'll be writing minus 90. And next, the last one is right arrow. So for right arrow, you can check again, it will be positive number, that is 90. Okay, so this was the code for moving the beetle. Next, so if the key pressed is up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, right arrow, what it has to do is mentioned here. Next will be, if it touches the black line, it must say game over. If it touches the red apple, I'm mentioning again and again, it's red apple, so that in the coding we are going to give the colors. Okay, so how will it will understand the line and all with the colors. If it touches any black color, it has to say game over. If it touches the red, it has to say you won the game. So for that we'll be writing the code in if statement. If sprite is touching color, this color you will be writing in RGB code. Okay, so take it in the bracket. So already there was a bracket, you have to take another bracket. So RGB, R means red, G means green, B means blue. So RGB color here will be mentioning. For black the code is 0, R is 0, green is 0, and blue is also 0. Okay, you can also get the codes on the Google for the colors. So after if statement you will be having a colon. Next, I'll just mention it. See why we took the color, like if it was a sprite, if sprite is touching something, or it is touching a sprite, like the edges is touching or sprite is touched. Okay, so you'll be giving a function as is touching. This is for sprites or the edges. Okay, another is your touching color. This is for the color, is touching color. If it touches a color, the sprite touches a color. Okay, so after if statement, so the code is what it must do. If it touches black color, the sprite must set its direction again to 0, and it must go to the same position where it was in the beginning. So we are writing go to XY, that is how much we have taken, minus 144 for X, 141 for X, and minus 147 for Y axis. Okay, so this was if it touches black color. The last is if it touches red color, sprite is touching color. So the code for So take it in a bracket again. Code for red is 255 red, G is 0 and B is also 0. Okay, after the if statement, colon. So what it must do? It must say if it touches the apple, you won. Okay, so sprite must say, dot, say in the brackets, double quotation, you won. After that statement, I'm just giving a comma and writing 5. This is why the answer must stay for 5 seconds. Last time in the loan interest we had given 2, so the answer was visible for 2 seconds and this will be visible for 5 seconds. Okay, so the end, after this it must break, it must stop the game. Okay, so we'll save this, just give the name here and giving it as Maze Beetle Challenge. And hit on the save icon. We'll run the code, click on run. I'll just make the stage full screen. So I'm just moving the arrow mask. Can you see? My beetle is moving now. Okay, move it slowly so that it doesn't touch the black color. I hope the beetle is little bigger size. Oh, it touched the black color and it came back to the same position. So I'll make better the beetle little more smaller. Exit from the full screen and go here and change the size. First I'll stop the code, it was running, I stopped it and make it 60. See, yeah, 60 will be fine. We'll play the game again, just save it. Yes, your project is saved. Run the code again. I'll make it full screen. So move slowly now. Yay! So you can see there, I got the messages. You won. For 5 seconds it was there and it went. Okay. So this is how you created a game using Python. I'll just exit from the full screen. So this was the code for the Maze and Beetle challenge. You can try this at your home. Happy coding. Thank you.